Welcome back to a brand new episode of Mastering Programming. In today's episode, we'll be learning about types. Each Swift type comes with properties and functions that may be helpful when working with constants or variable of that type. A property represents information about an object, and a function performs some sort of action with the object. Let's actually go ahead and create a structure just like this. Remember when we wanted to refer to one name, we used something very similar to this. We said var, and then we set a name, something like first name, and then we gave it a value, like David. Now, alternatively, you can also do something like this for our last name, and we can give last name a value of David Bullis. That's my first name, and that's my last name. As you can see here, we use the keyword var to declare one object called last name, and we gave it the value of Bullis. But what if there was a way to refer to two or more things at the same time? Let's say we want to declare or have information about a person, name, age, last name, school they go to. We're not going to create all of these for that person. Instead, we can use a different data type called struct, and let's say we give it the name person, and we're going to open and close a bracket. Notice that here we use the keyword struct instead of var. Let's go ahead and actually remove this. Person is the name of that struct. Everything inside of those two brackets are going to belong to person. Let's go ahead and give that person a first name by saying first name. And instead of saying equal, this time we will say string, and we will use two dots like that. Next, we are going to give it a last name. Let last name, and we are going to give it a value of string. Let's also give it a value of an age. So I will say let age, and I will say int. Cool. So now we can use this person to refer to any of these values. And we didn't give them values already, so we can use them with different people. Let me show you an example, but before that, what we can do is we can also create a function inside of our struct. A function is responsible for a particular set of actions inside of our structure that we can refer to it. For example, we can say func say hello, open and close a normal bracket, and then open and close a zigzaggy bracket. Notice that when I click on this, this one lights up in yellow, and it means that everything inside of here belongs to this function say hello. Similar to if I click on this, this one lights up, and that means that everything inside of these brackets belong to person. Inside of our say hello, I'm going to simply do a print statement, and I will say hello, my first name is, I'll use a backwards dash, a bracket, and then another bracket, and inside of here I will say first name, and my last name is same exact thing, except here we're going to refer to last name. We can then say something like I am, and we're going to pass age, years old. So now we have a function that uses some of the properties that we declared for under person. But let's actually use it. Let's go ahead and create an entirely new object, and this time we're just going to say let person1, so our first person. We're going to say equal, and then we're going to type in person, the name of that struct that we created. Open and close a bracket, and as you can see, we will be asked to fill in these parameters over here. The first name, the last name, and the age. Let's go ahead and pass it. So I'll say David, open and close a bracket. Last name is Bullis. Age, because it's a number, we can simply say 20 years old. Perfect. If we run this right now, nothing is going to happen. Well, nothing was displayed in the console at least. And that's because although we declared a function, we didn't actually call it. To call it, we simply need to type in person. And once you type in dot, you will see that we get access to all the information inside of our person struct. So we can simply say hello, because that's the name of our function. And if I double click on it and then run, as you can see, it says hello. My first name is David and my last name is Bullis. I'm 20 years old. Perfect. Now, what if we want to create another person? Are we limited just because we already created one? Of course not. We can create as many persons as we want. For example, I'll create another person. I'll say person 2, and I'll say it's equal to person. I'll open a bracket, and as you can see, we can fill everything else. And I'll say first name, I will say Lassie. For last name, I will say Joshua. And for the age, I will say 55. And if I go ahead and copy this code and then place it over here and then run, you can see that we do get both of them printed. Hello, my first name is David and my last name is Bullis. Hello, my first name is David and my last name is Bullis. Now, why did this happen? Why did it print the exact same thing? Because we're referring to the first person, while we should instead say person 2 dot say hello. And if I run this right now, as you can see, it does change to Lassie, and last name changes to Joshua, and age changes to 55. This is it for this episode. If you enjoyed learning this, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, and wait for the next episodes.